So I'm catching up on some reading. Now, I, what it, like 2016, I'm a little behind. He let them carve out their little, and this, pie and defense and welfare, but it's the same sentence when the founding fathers wrote it. Article 1, Section 1, 8, powers of Congress, welfare and defense. And Senator Kennedy will tell his colleagues, forget about Eisenhower's concerns of the military-industrial complex. He will say we need more weapons. Well, if everybody's goal is to get to the Boston area to teach in college, well, maybe that's why they said nothing. How do I know? But to let that go as far as they let that go, the women in the pie graph, the Defense Department doesn't give anything. Well, the Defense Department created OAIS, which was flexible enough for the entire globe to use it, which aided in digitization. So why don't you thank the Defense Department for that? And records keeping. Because these newspapers are now digitized. Even in the Dead Poets Society, the school that was used to film the Dead Poets Society, where they practice walking, not, you're stuck on trafficking, pretty woman. Work it, own it. He has a similar, not like that though. That's a DuPont school and a DuPont church. The vaults are like McGritt's. Hearing on American Indian education. Oh, I'm getting to it. This is October the 1st, 1991. The Prince George's County Public School System will hold a public hearing on the American Indian Education Program on Saturday, November 1st at noon at the Tantalon Marina, 900 Swan Creek Road, Fort Washington, Maryland, 20744. The public hearing will provide an opportunity for Native American parents, students, and classroom teachers to offer suggestions and recommendations on how to expand and improve existing educational options for Native Indian students in fiscal year 92-93. Currently, this federally funded program provides summer jobs for youth, postgraduate scholastic career, counseling, funding, tutorial services, tribal culture workshops for the American Indian students. The program is designed to service students in grades kindergarten through 12. This year, there are approximately 400 students representing 30 different tribal affiliations who attend Prince George's County Public Schools. That's in the Greenbelt. The Greenbelt News Review. Well, I sat through many history classes and not even worth staying. In 84, there are no primary sources. There's no the archives of Annapolis. There's no tracing back legislation. Well, I suggest that the better route was to have taken Lyndon Johnson's excessive photographs of him teaching the Mexican kids. Then I should suggest that you say there's no brown in the census. Huey Newton had a concern when the guy said, I'm African American. He's on college campus. Look, the point of the Black Panther Party is there are 5 primary sources. The Seal book, Time to Seize, he is the primary source. He has explained the photograph of the couch, of the wicker chair. It's explained. He explained it. They explain the guns at the State House. It wasn't illegal. Huey Newton will hear the senator on the radio. They're going to pass a bill. He will run to the station for equal time. Your ladies, you did this. And he let you, okay. He let you. Well, you all squashed me. And you disrespected Dean Howley. I am still a full-time worker. That's called lifelong learning and a returning student. And you don't do that but you did, so whatever. You disrespected Dean Howley. That has to be one of the top 3 schools for education. Teaching teachers. This guy, James Q. Wilson, he writes as many books early on as Thomas Sowell. I am copying all the Thomas Sowells from the Mount Vernon Library. I am pedaling my bicycle to Mount Vernon. And then, never, never, never put that lock on a seat that comes off. In California, disturbing the peace includes maliciously and willfully breaching the peace of a neighborhood or person by, among other things, loud or unusual noise, tumultuous or offensive conduct, or using vulgar, profane, or indecent language within the presence or hearing of women or children. Did any woman find that offensive? It is the law of California from like 1870 to 1975. Did any woman say, don't you tell my child that I have on my hip what they can listen to? So I really think you've taken your entire 1960s Berkeley free speech movement. Huey Newton will say, what is an African American? As a social work student, I started ecological framework. You introduced it through the textbook you gave. There are still Negroes alive. We will go to Fraser, St. Louis, not the program. It appears during the Nixon administration, there was the name change to African American. You know, the columns. Oh, dispelling a journal article was required. And there's an entire course. Oh, I'm going to dispel you all. You took a perfect labor paper, Dr. Margelina Cars. You took a perfect labor paper on the history of sewing and the International Ladies Garment Workers Union. The National Organization of Women did not find that law of vulgarity offensive. Code of Criminal Procedure, Section 177, New York seems to have a similar one. The California Penal Code, Section 836, Section 177, California Penal Code, 836. But yes, it's there. I don't know how your Berkeley free speech movement and McKellen hearings, when you brought the San Francisco president, he should have said it. The State Department brought Mexicans during the war to work. If they became prosperous, if they were given better farms, they made money, they're not going to let other Mexicans encroach upon their territory. Maybe that's the problem. Did you look there? All of this information is being digitized. I'm getting there. So, I'm looking at this perspectives because I've been trying to figure out this fish, étreté. Everybody has some fishes. The beach coast of Normandy, the chalk coast. I know, Peggy Noonan. I hope you're not related to that insurance Noonan. I'm finally getting my Kerner stuff, not the published book. And then there was an entire published insurance book. 1968, it's all public information. These ladies are so selective because they're carving out their niche of knowledge. Yeah, there is a glass ceiling. Certain areas in the 60s, well, you are not encroaching upon what I just got because I haven't made enough money. I'm not going to be a drug addict, but you are. Now those same neighborhoods, thank God, they're finally letting the historical figures that once roamed the neighborhood perspectives on history, because I was trying to figure out this fish. January 2015. Yeah, I'm a little behind in my reading. That's why I started with this one, the fish. And I say this Vicky Ruiz. God, that sounds so familiar. And then I said, it is her because she's still trying to sell earrings. Yes, they all are. So there is this Dr. Margelina Carr's Civil War Women to the Present. I don't think it was her that said the Indians are drunks. So basically, was it Women's Studies 100 with Sandy Patton? Could have been. Was it American Studies? It wasn't in the Takaki book. No. If that was College Park in my early days, I would have walked away. Left them the money. I never saw people select articles like that because they're destroying the man. You don't wake up a drunk. Don't listen to Ted Kennedy. Well, the way I heard it, it's in the genes. No, please. Vicky L. Ruiz, the Andrew Mellon All Claremont Professor in the Humanities in the History Department of Claremont College. That's fine, because we're all unequal sisters. No, we're not. They became in charge, and they gave you what to read. They made you hate. If they got a party to the good food, they're going. It would appear that the Chinese had aid societies. So I'm assuming they did not say to the seamstress, you can't come here after work. The Loong John, they had them in D.C. too. I never saw that in any of these books. Well, somebody on that campus said the Indians are drunks. Well, let me explain something. I had the legal document. So it would appear that it goes like this. In early 1900s, whichever Indian reservation, tribe, whatever, they settled with the United States government, who acknowledged that they used their mineral resources without paying them, and they restituted. Well, that money was not given to the entire tribe. It was given to the council and maybe the people in the front row. It was not equally distributed. So I could see some of those people in the back. You'd be mad too. Just like those black people that migrated and then better things happened. But in upstate New York, in the Buffalo area, there was unrest and then the war and then a draft. The draft removed the tension and the unrest stopped. Do I have those newspaper articles? No, because I'm not there. Unequal Sisters, a multicultural reader in the U.S. women's history. Vicki L. Ruiz and Ellen Carl Dubois, second edition. Oh, this is the edition we had. You know, UMBC. Ethnoviolence study not popularized. If there were 31 tribes, and I know the French and Indian Treaty is in French in that McKeldin library, where were they hiding? I can't complain about everything. I'm complaining, and I'm in trouble. Where were these people in 1995? Oh, please. I thought the Hilton had a good thing. The American Historical Association for the New York Conference, they used the Hilton with the Sheraton. This is even better. Hilton Atlanta, Atlanta Marriott Marquis, and the Hyatt Regency Atlanta. I'm assuming they used all three. Oh, that is wonderful planning. I'm just saying, that's brilliant. I'm going to Google it later. Global Migrations, Empires, Nations, and Neighbors, the 130 annual meeting. So I'm just going to go through the titles because there is nothing that I am writing or saying. So really, it wasn't a problem when it was written, but it seems to be a little one now. I don't know. Perspectives on History from the President, A Quest for Balance. Vicki L. Ruiz. Yeah, I'm just saying, you have to have that California law. Vulgarity in the child's ear. And you have to have that the welfare and defense are in the same sentence and then have a grammatical argument with the founding fathers. You should have already stated this otherworldly, and then you should have said, what Bible did the slaves read from to? Sorry, you went out the gate. Maybe you could say, for John's false start, because that's the point. She's going to analyze the picture. This lady is great. She should have everybody's job. She really should. She's great. The fish lady. The man who floats on a fish. Shata al-Mutawa. How to interpret an 18th century miniature of